Yo, 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 what's going on? It's the NRW, where nerds rule the world. It's your boy, Kuya P, and I'm back with the homies to talk about Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett, episodes 3 and 4. If I'm getting my Spanish right, I don't know. It's the Streets of Mos Espa and the Gathering Storm, and I have, of course, Heather, don't hurt him, Heather Hurt from New Release Wednesday. What's up, Heather?
Hi.
And of course, the blurred dad who's gonna level us up, Mr. Glenn Lawrence. How are you, Glenn?
What is cracking? How we doing?
I'm doing good. It's a Saturday, man. So
yeah, right.
Been a chill Saturday. I'm good. Yeah,
nice. I love it.
So let's talk about Star Wars, the space adventures of our favorite. Well, one of our favorite Mandalorians, because there's many Mandos now, and I've got some faves. I don't know. We'll save that for the episode 6 or 5 conversation.
Yeah, that's right. 6th episode. We're an episode behind, so
we're a little bit behind. So let's get into chapter 3 and 4. I'm gonna throw it over to you, Glenn, to break down chapter 3, the Streets of Mos Espa, or am I throwing it to Heather? Who's ready?
Throw it to Heather first.
All right.
Go to me.
All right, Heather, it's you. It's on you.
Okay.
You have the helmet.
Okay, so episode 3, we are a little bit. We're kind of following up with the dream sequences. But we're back on the streets, and my camera is once again having a semi-panic attack. And hold on one second. I'm sorry, I completely forgot what episode 3 was.
Did you? Okay, well, I feel bad then because I threw it to you.
Okay. So episode real quick. So episode
also 4, forgot.
Episode 4 is the agreement. They're prepping for war. Episode 3
is when we get the street gang, I believe.
The street
that's where
gang.
the what's his name? Rip Torn? No, not Rip Torn. The other guy, Stephen Dorn. Where he comes in and he's like, "Hey, these guys are stealing my water and they're making me pay crazy prices for water. Could you do something for it?" First of all, I thought it was cool. He came in there and he's just like trying to be all humble. He's like, "Oh, greatest ever, Boba Fett. Could you please help me in my time of need?" I think I'm on the right track, right? Where he comes in.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna pretend that the last 3.5 minutes didn't happen. So I do want to make sure that. Okay. Now I remember. All right. So
we're keeping it in. They can see us. This is what we're doing. This is how we are.
That's how it goes. All right. So episode 3, we of course at the beginning of episode 2. At the beginning of episode 2, the Hutts have come and they've kind of threatened Boba a little bit, and they're saying they're going to come back for their territory. But that's kind of all we got during the 2nd episode. But that doesn't mean that it's gone away. In the 3rd episode, we get that back. Our daddy Baka came back, and
yes.
And I don't know. I'm not thirsting over him, but apparently there's a huge bit of thirst. And we have we start out right there at the beginning. We have a assassination attempt, and so I might be getting backwards. It might be that the mayor's doing this first, but no matter what, we have a couple of assassination attempts. We have the mayor acting all up, and then we find out that the mayor is. We'll get to that part at the end, but no, I got it right. I did get it right. Sorry, guys. 3 episodes. We've done 3 episodes, and I'm just behind. So we have an assassination attempt right at the beginning, and we find out that the Hutts are basically like, you know what? Never mind. There's a war coming. We're good.
Yeah.
We're going to give you this gift of I'm going to say Bantha. Oh my God.
The Rancor.
The Rancor. I'm sorry. The Rancor. The baby Rancor. The baby Rancor.
Baby Rancor. It was cute. And Danny Trejo as the Rancor keeper. I was psyched about that.
He loves it. And he's such a good dad. He's such a good dad too.
But wait, that was episode 4, right?
No.
That's episode.
Stop getting things confused, Glenn.
No, episode 3 is where they met up with the street gang, and then they had the car chase with the street gang when they went to the mayor's office.
Yes, because that's still.
And then the next episode was the one where they got the Rancor.
Well, so no. It was episode 3. Sorry, guys, we're trying to figure this out. That's what happened. So episode 2.
Tearing this review to pieces.
No, wait. Pause. I'm gonna pause.
We're not pausing, Glenn. We're gonna keep going because we don't have time.
Okay, but I'm trying to tell you it. So in episode 3, that is where the dude came and he's like, yo, these gang members, they keep taking the water. They're trying to take my water and they're not giving me a fair price. And then Boba was like, okay, we got to go figure this out. Because at first they were trying to figure out what are we going to do about the huts? What are we going to do about all this? So so after the dude comes in, he's like, they're stealing all my water. They're not giving me a fair price. He goes to figure it out. And then he goes and meets the little street gang. Because we haven't talked about the colorful little motorcycles of the street gang.
Scooters, the floating scooters.
Exactly. So I'm just straightening that out because the next episode 4, is where he gets the Rancor and Danny Trejo.
Okay. Negative, because I've pulled it up while you've been wasting this time, Glenn. All of this happens in episode 3.
Okay.
Yes.
No. So the only reason that I'm going to say, I think we're getting all of it mixed up because sorry. So my apologies. It's kind of all happening all at once because we're finding out the mayor is doing a lot of really, really skeevy things, and we can kind of even incorporate both because they really flowed very well together. Because no matter what, there's a huge preparation for war, and all you're seeing is this might being built up. That includes Boba going out into the streets,
right?
Meeting, there's a merchant that comes and he's like, hey, there's some problems. I support you. I support you, but the others don't. And a good way to show good faith is if you help me. And of course, you get these kids. And all they're saying is and it's rightly so, right? We see it today in this modern day where it's workers' rights aren't there and there's not enough money to go around. And so all you get is a supply and demand problem. And it's always in the benefit of the supply. And so all these kids are brought in after the huts are like, hey, we're going to deuce out. We're going to let you do you and let you guys kill each other. And we'll just be back at a different time. And that's kind of where that is. That's, the Rancor, the baby Rancor. Boba's just building up his internal army, which leads us to how we're gonna eventually talk. I think it then separates and we go over to Finnick's story. Is that right?
Which is in chapter 4. So yeah, the Rancor, the street gang, that's all chapter 3. And if y'all look in the chat, you'll see that. So we can follow all along together. But you were 100% right, Heather. And there was Glenn going ahead of himself, but that's all cool. That's all right.
No, because they gave him the Rancor at the end of the episode. So there was a whole thing where there was the assassination attempt on him from Black Kyrgyzstan or Kyrgyzstan or whatever, and then his whole gang helped him out and everything. And then we only got a glimpse of the Rancor in episode 3, and then in episode 4 is where they started talking about and then we get to see Danny Trejo a little bit more in episode 4, and then so on and so forth. So I was just going in order because the first thing that happened was we got to meet the gang with the modders, which I thought was really cool because we got that payoff from episode 2 where we were seeing Finnick Shan, where she got helped out and got put back together or whatever, and we get to see that play a little bit more into this episode with the dudes and the whole gang that's modded up with the eye mods and the arm mods, which is very, very cool. And we get to see the little cool speed racers, which everybody had a problem with. The fact that we had the motorbikes that looked like old classic cars that were motor speedsters, which was but not I thought everybody.
Let's say some people. Not everybody did,
but like a great deal of people. I saw a lot of hubbub on the internet.
My husband was the same way. He's like, I hate the fact that they're on a freaking rainbow scooter. He's like, what the fuck is this? But you're right. No, I'm gonna take a step back just real quick. Matt, I am wrong. You're correct, Mac. It was the opposite way. Kids first, then Rancor. All right, because kiddies had to fight Daddy Baka.
Right. So wait, can you say that one more time for Kuya P? Because Kuya P was trying to throw you under the bus.
No, because again, we're still in episode 3. The whole Rancor bulk of it was in chapter 3.
But
again, because 4 was the whole transformation.
It was in chapter 3 because
that's my whole argument.
Rancor was there with Danny Trejo and all of his Danny Trejo-ness.
Yes,
because we all deserve Danny Trejo.
Yes.
All right.
So what did y'all think of chapter 3 overall? The kiddos are in town on their scooters. Ultimately.
All right, for me, the street gang was cool. I didn't mind it at all. I like kind of like this it just shows more of how Boba Fett is understanding, willing to work with the old and the new. It just shows he's an overall great leader to me. It just kind of displayed that. So I thought that was great, and how he can work on both sides and in different ways. And then with I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. With the Rancor keeper, Danny Trejo, who I love Danny Trejo so much. Just that kind of back and forth and that relationship with Boba, wanting to learn more, and then, you know, how do I do this? And just with Baby Rancor, that was really kind of cool, and just some good kind of another insight into the character that I thought was awesome. And also just throwbacks to all of us that kind of grew up with that, and remembering that from the originals, and just that love and how everything all kind of is coming back together again from what we know. We have a Rancor for that area of that Boba Fett's, because that's what, you know, Boba's now inhabiting, that old place where he works for Jabba and all that. So just all those elements that went away are now coming back, but under Boba's rule is super cool. I like where it's building to in chapter 3.
Dude,
Lawrence.
I definitely love the fact that they put a little bit of lore into the Rancors, and like, they're actually a very loving species or whatever. I thought it was cool how they said, you know, like once they lay eyes on somebody, it's like their first it's like their first love, and then that's the person that they're kind of imprinted on. So that was all cool. The part of the episode that I thought was really cool, but also I was really annoyed, is Black I'll keep want to say Kyrgyzstan. The Black Chewbacca. I hope that's not offensive to anybody, because he's his own person. But for all intents and purposes, Black Chewbacca comes in to take out Boba Fett, and I didn't understand, if he's sitting there sleeping, why would you throw him around? Just stab him through the heart. You're over and done with it. He's a bounty hunter, not an assassin, and you can see that. You know what I mean? But that fight scene was really cool, and you get to see how it took basically all of the might that Boba Fett has to take that dude out, and to basically save his hide. And you see how Boba Fett's weak, and you see how the team like basically all works together. So that was a really, really cool scene for me in this whole thing. I think that was kind of like the biggest scene, aside from like, you know, the flashbacks that we were having in the scene and whatnot. I will say this, I'll throw it out there. Kuya P, yes, there was a lot of Rancor in this one. I apologize. It was fitting. I thought it was at the beginning of 4, but
that's
right.
Fair.
But,
It's fair, because the thing is once again, episode 3 and 4 really flowed together beautifully. It's like what we saw at the end there with Finnick really taking, when she threw that dagger at I'm gonna just keep calling him Daddy Baka because it's just easier. Daddy Baka's hand.
I like Daddy Baka.
Daddy Baka's
falls
good.
down into the Rancor pit. That beautifully flows into what happens with the Hutts, and that even more flows into the story, because I'll let you talk about this, of course, but in episode 4, when we get Finnick and Boba's story, like you just see this beautiful role, which is, and I'm not going to talk about episode 5 yet, but it also creates a really weird cutoff to lead from 4 to 5, and it was, I thought that it's kind of perfect that we're getting them confused, because it was such a good transition from one to another.
Yeah, I can I call him Chewbacca? Can I
this guy
is that fair? No, I totally agree with that. And you know, it's cool, like going in, and then you get to see basically the care that Boba took for Fennec Shannon, where her affinity for him comes from. And that's episode 4. It seems like we're kind of filtering into episode 4 now, so
we'll just rock it, hit it.
We'll just ride in that. So I think that that was all cool. It was a great lead in. You know, you get to see the modded people, and then you get to see how she is modded, Fennec Shan. And then we get to go and see basically where heads at. He takes his ship, and he goes to like basically get his stuff back from the Sarlacc pit, which basically it's just something that I would have never thought of, to just land the ship like face first onto the Sarlacc, try to retrieve his armor back. So that was all cool. I thought the episode was all right. I'll go a little bit deeper into it. One of my favorite scenes was when Chewbacca is in the bar, and he's just sitting there just just brooding, just angry, looking for the first person to like just piss him off, and he just goes ham. You know what I mean, in the bar. I thought that was really cool because he doesn't have it. He doesn't even have anywhere to go. He failed his mission, and they cut him loose, and now he's just in the bar, pissed off. I thought that was really cool. But in this episode, we do see kind of the seeds of the finale of the season, where Boba's trying to figure out how he's going to win this war that's coming, how he's going to garner enough power, how he's going to make himself powerful enough to fight this thing. And we also find, he doesn't have his ship, so that kind of sucks for him. So he's trying to figure that out too. All in all, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I like how he tried to gather all the crime bosses and basically say like, hey, there's a war coming, and I just ask that y'all chill. Don't do anything. Just, sit back on the sidelines. I want you to be Switzerland. And they're like, oh, it's all cool. So you get to see him as like a tactician as well as just a badass, beat him up, bag him and tag him type of character. So I thought that was cool, having a little diplomacy there. So yeah, episode 4 was very, very interesting. I feel like it's going to lead to great things, and I feel like it's just setting up for that finale. Like we talked about before, definitely want to see Chewbacca come back and be on the team, and I feel like this episode kind of set the stage for him to come back into the fold.
Yeah, it's if you don't mind if I tag in next.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes, going back, thinking about the bar, Jennifer Beals, that was such a throwback to the original New Hope to me. When she was trying to calm him down, everything was fine. He rips off somebody's arm, just like in New Hope. And then just like in New Hope, in that same bar scene, everyone just kind of goes, eh. So one of the great moments of Star Wars. It's like, it's a bar. It happens.
Another Wednesday.
Clean it up. Go clean it up. Come on.
Right.
But it's and it also really gave us a moment. One of my favorite tweets about Star Wars right now is how every single dude with a Boba Fett tattoo on their left arm is just so upset right now because it's not the Boba Fett that they dream of. But in so many ways, this is just the perfect definition of Star Wars. Star Wars was always political. It might not be political in our sense. It might not be political, in US or world, but it's political. It's dynamic. It's purposeful. It's tactful. And that's exactly what Boba's doing. He's living up to every expectation that is Star Wars. And it's absolutely great. It's really fun. And it's great that we saw that in the 4th episode. From beginning to end with him, he got Finnick for a reason. He wasn't just being nice. He's like, I need you to get my ship. And he's like, you want to leave after? I don't care. I just need you to do this one thing on purpose.
Yeah.
Yo, so to come off of you, Heather, well said. And if I had a cup and I could write fan tears on my cup right now of these haters on this, I'm just steadily sipping. I fucking love what they're doing. To me, you are... The haters aren't liking this, aren't real Star Wars fans. They're not real Star Wars fans. They are doing an absolutely brilliant job with Boba Fett. I love it. I am absolutely loving it. They killed it with Mandalorian. It's continuing on with Book of Boba Fett. And I'm drinking it up. I think you're exactly right with everything you said. Like, they're loving a character that they got like, a minute or 2 minutes from the original Hope, and then they based this whole thing in their head of what they imagined this character to be. Sorry guys, you weren't the writers on it, you know what I'm saying? And then the people they entrusted to know the lore, they let them have the chore to do it, and that is what they're fucking doing. And the fact that you put this in your head and now you're crying about it, I'm just sipping it up. Fuck you. I love it.
I personally think that when Boba Fett took off his helmet and underneath it wasn't a likeness that they were accustomed to.
Oh, tell that.
That's when they were like, I hate this.
Exactly. Oh no, it's an Asian man or a Pacific Islander.
I feel like that.
I love it even more. But
yeah, I feel like that might be a little bit of the problem.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course it is.
What are you talking about? Fandom has never been racist or particular or homophobic. I don't know where you're getting this, guys.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell it.
But I agree, Kuya P. I like that they're layering it. Like no character is like one dimensional. And I mean, it's cool, you know, if he's a side character in a movie like Star Wars or like Return of the Jedi or whatever, it's great to have a one-dimensional character, right? He's there for a purpose. He's there to be badass and do cool things, whatever. But if you're going to go to a series, you're going to need to layer that character. You're going to need to see parts of that character that you didn't see when he's being his badass. You know what I mean? When you meet somebody who's a badass, you don't get to see them when they're at home crying and all the different layers of that person. But this is like you're getting to get intimate with that character that you know. So I agree. I like the direction that they've taken it. I've had fun with it. I look forward every week to watching the show, and I'm never, you know, sometimes you get caught up in a show. Kuya P, I know you know this. We've watched a ton of shows, like what was the one raised by wolves or whatever, where it's like it was a dread for us to try to watch it. We weren't into it. This is not that. This is like, I'm excited, you know, and then you have the deeper, because you've even read some of the fan fiction and the lore on Star Wars. I know the movies very well, but like going deeper, because there's so many different books and things that you could have read on Star Wars. When you have that knowledge, it peppers that in, and I feel like they're giving you exactly what you want. Now, what I will say is I love like Clone Wars and Rebels and all that type of stuff. So being able to see this and how they're tying just a little bit of the stuff from those scenes by having like Ahsoka in the Mandalorian, and what we're going to see, you know, coming in future episodes of Boba Fett. I really like what they're doing, because they're tying in some of my favorite parts of like Clone Wars or Rebels into this one. Maybe not so much Rebels, but definitely Clone Wars. So I'm excited about it. I like it. I like what they're doing. I rock out to this so much, and I can't wait till we start talking about episode 5, because there's so much in episode 5 that was really dope. But 3 and 4, I think they hit the spot. They were great palate cleansers for a great finale of the Book of Boba Fett season 1.
Absolutely. I'll top this off with the final note to fandoms in general. Hey, fans, you wanted this. This is the story you wanted, you asked for, and you know what? They're giving it to you in a very palatable, understanding, and honestly, more badass way. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I think that Boba Fett is more badass. I did not give two shits about Boba until until Mandalorian, but like seeing him grow like this, seeing Fennec grow like this. It's circular, it's wonderful, and I cannot wait. I definitely cannot wait. Just like Glenn, I cannot wait to talk about number 5. Yeah. What a roller coaster! Right,
absolutely. So, Kuya P, final thoughts. What about you?
I was doing it, but it's all. But we wrapped it. Yeah. It's all good. I think what Heather stated is a great way to close it out. So I don't want to like back on other cats. So okay. Well said. I enjoyed it. I absolutely love what they're doing. You know, I can't say that enough. And the Trejo introduction in 3, and then how back to your point, Glenn, with Bubba becoming a diplomat and just in various genres, and with the 4th episode, trying to get everybody together. He brought the young cats in episode 3, get the older heads together in episode 4. And then to me, to your point, Heather, you said it was a weird transition going into 5. I think it was a very comic book transition personally, leading into 5. Because I was kind of like weird at 5, but we'll get into 5 later. I think we want to talk about it, but we can't yet. So I thought it worked for me in that sense, but we'll get into that when we get into 5 and 6. But brilliance again for me for Book of Boba Fett. So let's close it out. If they want to complain at us and tell us how they felt and how we're all wrong, just know we give 2 fucks or 3 fucks from all 3 of us. But you can let us know though. You can tell us how you feel. Whether or not we agree with you, that's another story.
I care.
Heather, don't hurt them, but tell them how they can reach out to you.
You can follow me on Twitter at NerdIsAHeather, which is the opposite of Heather is a Nerd, on Instagram and TikTok. And check out some new release Wednesday videos of comics every Wednesday when I'm not sick and I'm negative for COVID, guys. So we're good.
Congratulations. You can find me at levelupcomedy.com. Glenn Lawrence laughs. No, Glenn Lawrence comedy on like Facebook.
Glenn levels up.
Yeah, Glenn Lawrence comedy on Facebook and Instagram, and then Glenn levels up on Twitter. So there you go. That's how you get to be. That's how you complain. I will probably listen to your complaints because I care, but then I will tell you how you're wrong.
There you go. And the same for me. It's the Legend Kuya P at Twitter, TikTok, and IG. And of course, here at the NRW and at Release Wednesday with my family here on Boba Fett, where nerds rule the world. We are out of here until the next time when we can't wait to talk to you about episode 5 and 6. All right, y'all. We're out of here. Star Wars, Book of Boba Fett.
No